I'm Dotz. Welcome to I Love the Library. Summer is well underway, and so is the summer reading program. Some kids have already finished their summer reading goals. Others are close. So what are the popular books this summer? Some are the old standbys: Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew, Boxcar Children. Books that are popular year after year, even generation after generation. So what about these books? Hardy Boys. The characters were created by Edward Stratemeyer, but the stories were written by many different writers under the name Franklin Dixon. The first book was published in 1927, and then they went on for 190 books till 2005. They're still being written, but with a little bit different name: Hardy Boys, The Undercover Brothers. Nancy Drew has similar beginnings. The character was created by Edward Stratemeyer, and then many writers wrote the stories under the name Carolyn Keene. These were first published in 1930 and went on for 175 books till 2004. Generation after generation of readers. Your great-grandmother could have read these, for some of you. So there are many books. If you like these, there's a lot of good reading. Nancy Drew continues also with a little different format. There are Nancy Drew notebooks. These are extremely popular. I couldn't find any on the shelf. The all-new Nancy Drew Girl Detective, which is very similar to the Nancy Drew Mysteries. And Nancy Drew has gone graphic in the popular Japanese comic style that's called manga. Hardy Boys has gone graphic too, however, there weren't any on the shelf to check out. The Boxcar Children had a little bit different beginning. Gertrude Chandler Warner actually wrote the first books in this series, and this is one of those first books. Gertrude Chandler Warner was a teacher who began her career in 1918. Many of her students didn't speak English. At home they spoke Norwegian and German and Polish and whatever. Once when she was sick and had to stay home from teaching, she thought up a story about the Boxcar Children. It was inspired by her childhood dreams. As a child, she had spent hours watching the trains go by near her family's home. Sometimes she could look through the window of a caboose and see a small table and stove and cracked cups with no saucers, a tin coffee pot boiling away on the stove. The sight had fascinated her and made her dream about how much fun it would be to keep house in a boxcar or a caboose. Gertrude Warner wrote the first 19 books in that series, and then when she died, children wanted more stories about Henry and Jessica and Violet and Benny, and so the stories went on, written by other writers, but she was given credit for creating the characters. These two have gone graphic. There are lots of others that have been popular. I won't go into a dissertation on all of them, but here are a few others. Junie B. Jones, The Rainbow Fairies. These are fairly new, lots of fun. Magic Treehouse, they've been around for a while. The closest thing to nonfiction in a storybook, great books. The Pet Sitter Club, Geronimo Stilton, this goofy mouse. Henry and Mudge, great for transitioning into the first reading. Harry Potter is still popular. Septimus Heap, seventh son of the seventh son in the land of magic. And Mercy Watson, a new book from Kate DiCamillo, a fairly new series from Kate DiCamillo, who also wrote Because of Winn-Dixie and The Tale of Despereaux that have been made into movies. So many books. And the summer is waning, so get to the library, check them out, and get reading. Thanks for tuning in.